and welcome to, okay, now the recording starts. Hello and welcome to the CNCF TAG ENV Sustainability Meeting. My name is Leo. I'm one of the co-chairs of the group. Today is Wednesday, the 18th of October. We don't have too many items on the agenda today. So if you have anything you would like to talk about, please add these items to the open discussion round. I have sent the meeting link in chat, so please add yourself to the attendees list. That'd be great. And starting off, please be aware that this is a CNCF community meeting, so it falls under the CNCF Code of Conduct. This is the link to our YouTube channel, where we upload the recordings and also all the other meetings. Moving to the next point, do we have anyone who is new to this meeting or just would like to introduce themselves? Maybe didn't join one of these meetings for a long time. If not, we can move on to the working groups. So today, most of the folks are sick or are unable to join this meeting because of a meeting conflict. So we don't have an update from working group comms, but I talked with them. I think right now they are just the last point is getting the charter merged. So there is an open issue for that. I can find the link in just a second. So if you would like to take a look at the charter before it's merged, please do so. But it's very much like in the last steps. So I believe we will have the working group approved and ready, hopefully end of this week. And I think besides that, there is a weekly meeting on Thursday, which is tomorrow. The meeting invite is not yet on the calendar. There are some problems with the calendar, but we are working with the CNCF on getting the calendar fixed. Right now, we need to go through the service desk ticket, which always takes a long time. But we are working on the Talkify configuration to enable some others in the community also to add things to the calendar. Right. So I think that's more or less it. Let me quickly find the link from the charter requests. Yes. So this is the link. Maybe I can also open it up. So one thing to note about the charter document, so we propose in this working group from the start sub-teams. So we have Kara and Trisha who are taking the lead of this working group, but we also have sub-teams. So for example, one sub-team for blog posts, another one for in-person events if we meet in person, for example, at KubeCon or some other conferences. One sub-team lead for social media posts and things like that. And I think all of the sub-team leads are subject of finding somebody of the community to take this on. So if you would like to help out in a non-technical way, but it's like very important work, a lot of our work is about communication, outreach, and advocacy. This is like a good chance to be involved with the tag, but it should not be a crazy amount of work. I mean, it depends a little bit on the role, I guess, but if you look at the files, just very briefly, there's the sub-teams, social media, blog, website, and event. So if you would like to take on the role, you can message in this pull request or in Tag ENV Sustainability. All right, are there any comments for communications? Kara and Trisha will send a more thorough update in chat after this meeting. Great, moving on to green reviews. So also for green reviews this time, Nikki and Christina are unable to join, unfortunately, but they provided an update. Ross is also here. Maybe Ross, would you like to share some things? I know you're one of the main persons working on most of the efforts.
Yes, yeah, thanks, Leo. I think that the notes that I don't know if Nikki or Christina I did, I think are really good. I can just sort of summarize them. We have the new channel, WG Green Reviews, which is really cool. It's about to kind of have more discussions there. And then there's a meeting tomorrow at 1700 Central European Time that's going to have me, Nikki, and Antonio, and also anyone else who wants to join. We're just going to start brainstorming for how we think the pipeline might work. And that's kind of it to get ahead of the next week's working group meeting where we'll continue that. And just to say, the previous meeting was also very useful because Melissa from the Falco team joined and we got some really good input there. And I think she's hoping to attend more of the meetings.
Yes,
You
that's
don't
awesome.
really have much. You don't have much to add to it, but to add apart from that. But it's great that we've got the channel and things are moving there.
Yes, yes. I think in the working group we're on a very good track. So after some forming and norming of the working group, I think we are on a very good path that we know, okay, these are the objectives in the next weeks and months. These are the people, kind of like the Falco team and so on, all the things I think are in place. So I think we're off to a very good start. To anybody here who would like to dig into this a little bit more, we have this design document written by the working group. There's a couple of roadmap goals. I think this is very interesting just to get a very high level overview about what the working group will work on in the next weeks and months. And if you would like to dig a little bit deeper, you can read up this document or one of the connected issues and join one of the meetings. I think these are very interesting, a lot more technical. So I think very exciting. Any questions for working group green reviews? Right. Thanks, Ross.
Another question regarding the technical, the green reviews working group. But do we have a document that that provides an overview over all the working groups that we have currently, and a short abstract paragraph on what they are here for?
So we have, you mean across working groups, we have on our website. But since the working group comms is not yet merged, there's just one entry. So if you go to about working groups, you kind of have this introduction, what a working group is, and then these links, meeting times, the scope and goals, and the kind of rough overview is kind of the charter document, right? So you can dig into the charter document, but also the name of the working group should be kind of already telling what the working group is working on. But this is right now our overview, because we don't have too many working groups, and I think that's also kind of good. We don't need a working group for every small project. I think this is for now fine, but if you have any recommendations, happy to add something to this website.
Yeah, no, because last time I was here, I mentioned that since KubeCon, we had the feedback that we may need some introduction guides, some guidelines for new people who are thinking about joining and who are looking for some orientation. And I'm basically asking because so part of that feedback was that it is a lot of upfront digging through documents and digging through text, and that was kind of not very motivating and also not very valuable because people were tended to be interested in particular stuff and they didn't want to read through a lot of text. And so adding a new guide means adding more text. So that might be counterproductive here. And since I thought I'd take the lead on this, I was really interested in like what we have already and what we think about adding, or what we think is useful to add, so that we don't introduce too much duplication, but that we still provide some sort of quick, maybe not so dirty way of easing into the CNCF tag.
Yes. Yeah, that's an ongoing like work where we need to focus on. I think this page, like the audience for this page is somebody who is already kind of aware of what is going on and just needs to find like the important links. But we should definitely write a guide like to a different audience, to folks who are maybe don't have so many details how an open source community works and what actually a working group is. So like more thorough text, which is kind of basically the starting point and giving like all the information about like the workings of the tag. I think this document is kind of needed. We have, if you go to our repository, a more or less generic contributing.md file. I think this is already like a very good starting point, but it does not give a lot of details. For example, like which working groups do we have? Like how is the structure? How can you contribute to the tag if you are technical, if you would like to work on very technical things, but or on the opposite side, if you are not so technical but would like to help, because like on all these spectrums we have like a need or projects where you can engage with. So I think we can complement this more generic one with another guide. That would be great.
Yes, I agree. However, I'm wondering whether we really want to explain how open source software projects and organizations work, because that tends to be a bigger issue than our tag, and maybe that's an issue for the CNCF as a whole. Not so sure about that actually.
Yeah,
but other than that, I completely agree with you that we already have a lot in place, and it's just a matter of connecting the dots and moving people to the information that they're seeking. So I'm really I'm lacking a picture of what that could look like in the end, actually, because just writing more text doesn't seem very beneficial at the moment, at least not to me.
Yeah, I think it's a matter of targeting like the right audience with the text. So I think we have like a good introduction here, but if you're like in general very new, I think maybe like a different text could be like the entry point, and then it's just a matter of providing some links, for example, also to CNCF resources. There's this contributing.cncf.io page where we could link to, so we don't need to replicate this information. And also the guide could be something like, I don't know, like a 101 open source university class, right? That's also so it should be like a very short, but like just a starting point to get links to more resources if you're interested in certain aspects.
Yeah.
And just targeted to another audience in a way.
Right.
Maybe this could also be
you're right.
maybe this could also be one of the working group sub-team roles, because I think engagement and getting contributors started with the tag, I think even if we have like a document like this in place, this will be like a continuous effort. So perhaps under the working group comms, we could create another role next to the blog role and the website and all those things. Yes, in the chat
that sounds like a good idea. So I will try to get in touch with the rest of the comms working group.
Yeah, feel free to comment in the charter and propose that. I think that's a very good idea to add like another, where is it? Sub-team next to this. So basically like another one here. I can also propose that.
I don't understand your comment, John. Care to elaborate?
Yeah, can you guys hear me? Sorry. Yeah, have you guys CNCF's built something called the cloudnative, I guess is the way you say it. And it's a good way for if you're looking for entry level tasks to kind of broaden the net here for contribution. You can register those entry level opportunities for folks to look at this project. So you can try to wave a flag over here, and then use that then to post in socials, those tasks. So one of you guys are aware of that one, but it's the tool lives here in the I put the link to it in the chat.
Interesting. No, this is the first time I'm hearing about it.
Yeah, it's relatively new. It's actually very new. So but yeah, we've been trying to figure out what projects to how we do our own internal prioritization on things, but because you can flood this and this becomes useless, but let's try to be careful with it.
Yeah, I think I saw this at some point. It scrapes the issues, right? And then if you have like certain labels, it's listed here. Good first issue bug. I think
there's tags you can put in there to have it be picked up. Yeah,
sounds good. I think we need to make use of tools like this, but probably there are more of these helpful tools. We just need to link to those. Yeah, Clo Warden is, I think, like another project of the CNCF, right? Which is also, it's in the name Clo contributor. Clo Warden, I think is the one. Yeah, very exciting.
Yeah, they got a little nutty with it. So, but just how to get more contributors into the project that and then highlighting that with one thing, Red Hat has something called research, where we try to help college students with their computer science students with their senior projects, is to try to post those, make the seniors in college aware of it. So, particularly for something like this sustainability group.
Look at that, we already listed here. I think right now it's not really filtered, or maybe we need to add some labels to it.
Okay, good. This is actually, I probably should have been more intelligent and actually search it, but yeah, this is good then.
Yeah, difficulty easy.
All right. Well, it is good, but it also shows that we're still lacking a little, meaning that we could utilize this tool better, because I don't think that those tasks or issues are particularly beginner friendly. Anyway, so yeah, comms working group sounds like a good starting point for this. I'll get in touch with them, and I'm sorry for derailing the conversation so much.
No, that's fine.
But back to business.
I mean, as I said, like in the beginning, we don't have too many talking points, so I think it's actually very good that we use this time to talk about things like this, especially getting contributors started is very important.
It's a worthy
right,
effort, yes.
Yes. I think we already wrapped up green reviews. Are there any more comments to this? And thanks, Ross, for giving the update earlier, by the way. Right. And then maybe one last point about the working groups. Probably you are aware, but there's a project board If you click on it, you find basically everything here, but there are also tabs for working group green reviews and working group comms. So feel free to browse any issues on this project board. I think this is a very good overview. And with that, we can go to the open discussion items. So we don't have too many items. I just added one about the Cloud-Native-Sustainability Week, which happened last week. But there are a couple of events happening this week and next week and so on. So a couple of ones are still happening. But I think overall, the event last week was a big success. I heard a lot of very good feedback from everybody who organized the meetup. So we have the information about the Cloud-Native-Sustainability Week here. And we are working this week and next week on wrapping this up, writing also a blog post about the survey results, sharing some pictures, and just wrapping up the event, issuing badges and so on. So I think very big success, all these in-person meetings. And if you don't had the chance yet, feel free to look at the blog posts or the recordings. They're very interesting. And yeah, maybe we will organize this event next year again, or similar events, but then this will be part of the working group comms. So I think that's also a very good change. Are there any comments or questions about the Cloud-Native-Sustainability Week?
I just want to say thank you to all the people who helped organize this, and it's been great. I'm actually kind of sad that I haven't had the time to do any of it myself and help you guys. But yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Jochen. I mean, you cannot do it all, right? A couple of folks also approached me afterwards saying that they would love to participate with their local meetups, but I mean, we all have a lot of things going on, so it's not possible to engage with every opportunity. All right. Are there any things you would like to talk about? Because this is the last discussion item which we have listed here. We still have half an hour, so enough time. Max also just joined. All right, if that's not the case, I hope you have a very good rest of the day. And if you have time, tomorrow are 2 meetings, one for working group comms and one for working group green reviews. I think both of them are not yet on the calendar. As I said in the beginning, we are working on getting this fixed, and see you remote on Slack.
See you. Bye-bye.
Yes.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you.